Hi, boys and girls. I wanted to talk to you about numbers and what to do if you have two numbers and you want to compare them. You want to know, is one bigger than the other? Is one smaller than the other? Are they the same number? So I thought I would talk to you about this symbol. This symbol looks like part of a triangle if you think about it, but just two sides of a triangle. And it's a symbol that when I hold it this way means greater than. And when I flip it around, it means less than. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Let's say I have some counters, like these red counters, and I put a number down here, a number of counters down here, and then I put a number of counters over here. So I have two sets of numbers. I have the number 2 over here, and over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have the number 4 over here. Which number is bigger, 2 or 4? I think it's easy for the eye to look at this and say that the 4 is bigger, it's larger. So if I have my greater than, less than sign, I'm going to need to take the bigger open part of it and face it towards the bigger number. That's the secret of greater than, less than. You have to decide which one is bigger and think of this symbol like an alligator mouth, a hungry alligator mouth. And an alligator is always going to want to eat the bigger number because it's so hungry. So if my numbers are 2 and 4, my alligator mouth is going to want to face that 4 and eat the 4. So I could read this and say 2 is less than 4. If I had my numbers switched and I put the 4 on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I had just 2 over here, 1, 2, this number is bigger. So I have to switch my alligator mouth, my sign, and I have to now read it. 4 is greater than 2. So boys and girls, anytime you have two separate numbers, you can think about which is bigger and which is smaller. And the mathematical term we would use is greater than for the large number and less than for the small number. So let's try another example. I'm going to add a few more counters. What if I was comparing these two numbers? Different from my first ones. Let's count and find out what our numbers are. This number over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You notice I touched each one to make sure I didn't get confused. This number is 5. Over here, is it the same? Is it bigger? Is it smaller? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have a 5 over here and a 4 over here. I guess I would rather hold my hands like this. A 5 and a 4. Which one is greater? Which is the larger number? 5 or 4? You're right. 5 is greater than 4. So when I put my alligator mouth down, my sign, it's going to try to eat the bigger number, and it's going to say 5 is greater than 4. We don't have to use counters to play this game. We could use, how about these dinosaur papers that we just started using before we left school? I have slips that have different numbers on them. I'm going to take this away. I'm going to choose this number and this number. So in order to know what the number is written right here, in ordinal form, it is written as a word right here, and this is the amount of dinosaurs over here. Same thing. I got a number, I've got a word that tells me the number, and I've got an amount. Let's find out what these numbers are. Do you recognize this one, boys and girls? You've seen this number before. It starts with an S, but let's count and find out what number that is. I'm going to count my top row and then my bottom row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Making this number 7. And this word says 7. Well, the other number over here, I'm going to count to find out what number it is. I seem to have dinosaur eggs on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my two numbers are 7 and 5. Which one is greater than, or which one is less than? Do you know? We can compare it. We can look at it. Which has more? Do I have more dinosaurs or more eggs? Okay, remembering that we have 7 here and 5 here. I'm going to put them this way, and we're going to decide how I should face my alligator mouth. Does he want to eat he wants to eat the bigger number. I told you that's always going to be true. Which number is bigger? 5 or 7? 7 is bigger than 5, so I'm going to face my alligator mouth like this. And I read the number sentence, 5 is less than 7. So that's one way, another way you can play. The third and last way I'm going to tell you about is with a really fun object that we use in school, and you use them at home when you play games. These things. What are they called, boys and girls? They're called dice. And strangely enough, look what I just rolled. Oh, they're so small. Maybe I'll go a little bit bigger. I rolled, holy cow, where is it? I rolled this and this. Can you see that? Oh, if you can't, I rolled this and this. I know you can see those. So boys and girls, the question is, what number is on the top of each one of these dice, and how do I use this symbol? Well, let's figure out what this number is. We've got to count the dots, remember? 1, 2, 3, 4. This represents 4. Well, how about this number? 1, 2, 3, 4. What will I do? Is one less than the other? Is one greater than the other? They're the same. What do I do? I've got another symbol for when the numbers are the same. It's equal to. I think you've heard that word before. This is the math symbol that says equal to. 4 is equal to 4. Well, that was just luck that I rolled those 2 4s. What if I roll again? Oh, now I have 2 uneven numbers. The first die was this, and the second die was this. So what symbol will I need to represent these 2 numbers? Do I need a less than or a greater than? Which number is bigger? 5 or 4? Think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which hand is showing more fingers? The 5. You're right. 5 is greater than 4. If I was going to read it if I was going to flip them, I'd have to say 4 is less than 5. We always start reading on the left, boys and girls, when we're reading a sentence in the English language. So whatever number is on this left-hand side is what you're going to say first, and that's going to make you understand which way your alligator mouth is going to face. I encourage you to play with dice at home. It's really, really fun. You've got to practice recognizing we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 is the biggest number you will get when you're playing with just one die. When you have more than one, you call them dice. Should we roll the dice one last time and find out what we get? I'm going to roll them across the room. Mr. Bob, can you grab this? Oh boy, what did we roll? We rolled a 4 and a 1. Which one is greater? Which one is bigger? My alligator wants to eat the 4. 4 is greater than 1. See you next time.